Romance of Sui and Tang Dynasties, Chapter 29.
Okay, let's dive in. We are looking at a really spectacular story here about the end of the Sui dynasty, specifically Emperor Yang.
Right. The emperor famous for those massive, maybe ruinous projects, the Grand Canal, his Western Park, things that really stretched the empire thin.
Exactly. And this account focuses on a moment of, well, almost willful denial, where a huge effort to distract the emperor actually leads straight to a prophecy about his downfall.
And it connects the personal and the political in a fascinating way. It's not just bad policies, the story suggests. It's about Emperor Yang kind of falling apart emotionally.
Yeah, unable to face reality, maybe.
Something like that. His leadership failure seems tied to his personal state.
It kicks off with intense grief, doesn't it? He lost his beloved Lady Hao and was apparently just incapacitated by it.
Utterly heartbroken, yeah. Couldn't function. And Emperor Shao, who always seems quite practical in these stories, she figures the emperor needs a huge distraction, something really big to snap him out of it.
So she proposes this enormous empire-wide talent search.
Basically, yeah. Using the entire state apparatus, almost like therapy for the emperor's grief. It's kind of wild when you think about it.
And the call goes out, any woman with any skill, poetry, painting, music.
Even games. Like throwing arrows to, or kuju, that's like ancient kickball. Anything.
All summoned to Xianren Palace. Our job here is to pinpoint that moment when this hunt for, like, court jesters accidentally uncovers this massive threat to the whole dynasty.
And initially it looks like a roaring success, purely performative.
Right.
The court gets flooded with talent. They pick over 100 women, classify them as beauties or talents, send them off to entertain in the Western Park.
Emperor gets his distraction. Lots of revelry. Problem solved.
Not quite, because among all these performers, one woman is completely different.
Here we go. Like searching for a pop star and finding, what, a prophet?
Pretty much. She stood out because she wasn't doing anything. Not singing, not painting, just there. The source says she had this exceptional spirit, shenganyon, and bone structure, gonki. And she had this sort of ethereal quality, not bothering with mortal makeup. A real presence.
And her name?
Yuanzian. When the emperor finally notices her, because, not performing is kind of its own performance, she tells him her skill isn't art in the usual sense.
What is it?
She says she's an expert in observing stars and reading qi. That ancient Chinese practice of understanding cosmic flow and its earthly influence.
Okay, so we're talking serious celestial divination here.
Yeah.
Not just horoscopes.
Definitely not. She could apparently read the patterns of the 5 elements and, the crucial part, figure out the nation's destiny, its yunshu.
Wow. Imagine being Emperor Yang. You're grieving, you're looking for maybe a nice song, and suddenly this woman starts talking about the fate of your entire empire.
Right. It's a bit of a mood killer.
How did she explain having this kind of, sacred knowledge?
She had a backstory, of course. Said she learned it all from an old nun.
Ah, the wise old mentor trope.
Exactly. This nun apparently saw an unusual light in her eyes, trained her in advanced astronomy stuff like the Swan Jiuheng, the 5 planets, the 7 governing bodies. Very technical.
Yeah.
And the nun predicted Xian would become a teacher to the king, which gives her pronouncements a kind of divine authority. It's not just her opinion.
And Emperor Yang, does he buy it?
Instantly. Grants her the rank of Guren, a noblewoman.
Just like that.
Just like that. Appoints her female supervisor of the Imperial Astronomical Bureau, Sitianjan, and orders a high platform, a Go-Tai, built for her immediately. Huge leap of faith.
Or maybe huge fear.
That too. It really shows how deeply ingrained that belief in celestial signs was. Even a ruler as arrogant as Yang felt compelled by the stars. He wasn't promoting her for her talent, maybe, but because he needed the information she had.
But he's impatient. He can't even wait for the platform to be built.
Nope. The story says right after the banquet, he basically drags Xian out onto a moonlit terrace. He wants his cosmic rating now.
An impromptu lesson in doom under the stars. Lovely.
And Xian starts with the basics, laying the groundwork, explains how the heavens mirror the earthly government.
Okay, how so?
She talks about the 3 enclosures Sanyuan. Think of them as celestial ministries. Ziwei is the emperor's palace up there. Taiwei is where decrees are made. Tianqi is like the city or marketplace.
And if they're bright?
It means peace and stability in the empire. Simple enough.
Can she point out his star?
Yep. The emperor's star, Dizing, second one in the Ziwei cluster. Big, reddish, very specific.
And actually it's shining brightly? Please say it's shining brightly.
No. First bit of bad news. She tells him the emperor's star is unstable, rocking and shaking without constancy.
Ooh, not good. What does that mean for him?
Well, when he pushes her, she has to say it means the emperor is fond of travel and roaming, basically neglecting his duties in the capital.
Which was true. He was always moving around, building new palaces. That's a direct political critique wrapped in astrology.
Exactly. But the next observation is much, much worse. She says the whole Ziwei enclosure, the emperor's celestial palace, the very center of power, it's dim, obscure. Huime Buming.
And the interpretation. Let me guess.
She tries to soften it, but eventually admits she feels, quote, the nation's reign may not last long. Guozhuo Buyang.
Wow. She actually said that to his face after he just promoted her.
He did. Imagine the tension on that terrace. He asks for entertainment, gets told his dynasty is probably finished.
The ultimate buzzkill. Did she offer any hope? Any way out?
A tiny bit. She points out that some other constellations representing things like justice and stability, the bright hall, the terrace of the 3 steps, are still okay.
So it's not totally set in stone.
She suggests not. If the emperor genuinely changes his ways, if he sincerely cultivates virtue, Ganshide, maybe disaster can be averted. It's a call to immediate radical reform.
But knowing Emperor Yang from history, that seems unlikely.
And in this story, fate doesn't wait. Just as they're heading down from the terrace, something else happens.
What now?
A massive streak of red aura, like really red, Chiki, shoots up from the northwest horizon.
Aura.
Yeah, and it's described as having dragon patterns, Rulong Wen. It lights up the whole sky, appears in 5 colors, shaped like a dragon or maybe a phoenix. Unmistakable.
And Zia knows what it is.
Instantly, she declares, this is the aura of the Son of Heaven, Tian's key.
And he's the Son of Heaven. That aura shouldn't be somewhere else.
Precisely the problem. And she pinpoints it, tracks it to the celestial region corresponding to Shen and Jing on Earth. Specifically, she says, towards the Taiwan area.
Taiwan. Okay, bells should be ringing there. That's where Li Yuan was based, right?
Yeah.
The guy who did eventually overthrow Yang and start the Tang dynasty.
Exactly. The story is using the stars to point directly at the future usurper's power base. It's incredibly specific.
So what's Yang's reaction? Does he finally take this seriously?
His first reaction is pure military instinct. Send troops to Taiwan, find the guy under the aura, and kill him.
Right. Problem solved with brute force.
But Xian stops him. She says, basically, you can't fight this. This is heaven's will, Tianye. Force won't stop it.
And then she hits him with something else, right? The verse.
Yeah, the final piece. She reveals this cryptic verse her old nun taught her. 3 lines. Tiger head, oxtail, military chaos arises. Who is the sovereign? The son of wood.
The son of wood. Muzi's. Okay, that sounds like a rebel.
It is, but it's a visual one in Chinese characters. The character for wood, Mu, placed over the character for sun, Xi's, the character Elingoyu, the surname of the family that founded the Tang dynasty.
Whoa, so she just gave him the location, the warning of military chaos, and the family name of his successor.
All laid out. The shaking star, the rival aura, the specific name coded in a verse. 3 clear warnings.
And Emperor Yang presented with all this.
Yeah.
What does he do?
This is the tragic part, isn't it? He looks at the map, considers Taiwan, and then just
Dismisses it.
dismisses it. After all that, he basically says, well, if it's destiny, it's destiny. Nothing I can do. Might as well enjoy myself while I can. Focuses on timely pleasure.
That's astonishing. Willful blindness doesn't even begin to cover it.
It's presented as the critical failure of his leadership. He had the intel, he had the warning, and he chose indulgence over action.
Okay, so the cosmic signs are ignored. But the story isn't finished hammering this point home, is it?
Not at all. The very next morning, the omens come down from the sky and literally land in his garden. Prophecy via horticulture.
Right, the Battle of the Blooms. This part is wild.
It really is. 2 reports come in, one after the other. Miraculous overnight blooming.
First up.
Lady Yang reports that the jade plum tree ULL has suddenly burst into flower. Remember that character, L.A.?
The prophetic surname.
Of course, and it gets better. Apparently, divine voices were heard near the tree saying, the son of wood must flourish, we should all assist him, explicitly linking the bloom to the prophecy.
Okay, that's not subtle. How does Yang react?
He's immediately suspicious, unhappy, sees the connection.
But before he can even process that.
Another report. Lady Zhu rushes in. The bayberry tree has also bloomed overnight. Yang Mei.
Yang. His own surname.
Exactly. And there were divine voices here too, but they said the flower's fortune was fully vented.
Fully vented, meaning peaked, already over.
That seems to be the implication. A past glory, maybe, not a future one. But Yang hears his own name, Yang, and initially, he's pleased. He thinks, my flower is blooming too.
He starts comparing them in his head. My yang berry must be better than that suspicious elb plum.
Pretty much. Xian convinces him he needs to see both, but he insists. Let's see my flower, the bayberry, first.
So they go check out the bayberry.
And it's beautiful. The source says it's lush, fragrant, full of flowers. Yang tries to spin it, declare it a great omen for his reign. Confirmation bias in action.
But then they have to go see the jade plum, the elm tree.
And the comparison is devastating. The moment they get near the jade plum, the fragrance alone is overwhelming. Way richer, more powerful than the bayberry.
And the flowers themselves.
Described as being almost unreal, like they're made of jade and pearls. Built with, and this is a direct quote, the assistance of ghosts and gods. Gomshen Zanzuzigung. Clearly supernatural, clearly superior.
Right.
And there's a poem found with it, basically confirming its divine backing. It's the final, undeniable sign. The LM destiny is actively, supernaturally flourishing. The Yang destiny, while nice, is past its peak.
Nature itself is telling him it's over, using his own gardens against him.
The universe used his favorite hobby, lavish garden tours, to deliver the final blow. Brutal.
The imperial gardens. Beautiful, serene on the surface. But underneath, there's this deep anxiety bubbling away. It's less about relaxing and more about, well, constantly scanning for omens.
Absolutely. Every little thing could be a sign, especially related to power and who might challenge him. And what's really fascinating, what we want to explore for you, is how quickly things unravel. We'll see how the Emperor's own paranoia about a specific prophecy actually sets him up to make the exact mistake that helps fulfill it. It's quite ironic, actually.
Okay, let's dive into that. Starts in the garden, you said, with a specific omen.
Yes, the jade plum. You Eliane.
The jade plum. What was so special or terrifying about this plum tree?
Well, visually, it was stunning. The source says it was shining brilliantly like a treasure, totally white.
Okay, sounds beautiful. So why the fear?
It's the name, the character Lai in Jade Plum.
Ah, okay. Let me guess.
It's the same Li as Li Yuan's family name.
The family he's already paranoid about potentially usurping the throne.
Precisely. So for Yang Di, this wasn't just a pretty tree. It was like a giant glowing billboard announcing his rival's destiny.
So his reaction must have been pretty extreme.
Oh, yeah. Immediate panic. He calls it a flower demon, a huya.
A flower demon.
And orders it chopped down right away. Get rid of it, root and stem, destroy the bad luck.
But it didn't get chopped down.
No, thankfully. One of his consorts, Yuan Xian, stepped in. Very cleverly, actually.
How so? What did she advise?
Well, she understood the optics. Destroying the tree, that looks like you're fighting fate, which emperors, shouldn't do.
Right. Bad look.
So instead of violence, she suggests appeasement. Offer the tree wine, Yang Chozi.
Offer the tree wine. Seriously.
Seriously. The idea was to sort of co-opt the omen, turn this potential threat into a positive sign, a rui. Acknowledge its power, but channel it.
That's a bit surprisingly sophisticated political theater for a garden panic.
It really is. And it gave Yang Di away outright. He gets to look like he's managing destiny, not just freaking out.
Okay, so he goes for it. He accepts her advice.
He does. And then Empress Xiao delivers the final touch. Pure strategic flattery.
How did she manage that?
Well, Yang Di then suggests they go look at the bayberry tree, the Yang Mei.
Yang, same character as his own name, Yang Di.
Exactly, his own family name. So it's a bit self-referential.
A little bit ego-driven, maybe.
Perhaps. And the thing is, the bayberry wasn't nearly as impressive as the jade plum, but Empress Xiao just nails it. She basically dismisses the jade plum's beauty as just, superficial flashiness. But the bayberry, his tree, that one possesses the true essence of heaven and earth. Oh, smooth. Very smooth. Playing right to his ego.
Totally. It calmed him down, validated him, and took the edge off the whole Lai tree incident. So crisis averted. For now.
For now. But appeasing one omen doesn't exactly cure paranoia, does it?
Not at all. In fact, the anxiety seems to linger. And maybe boredom sets in too. Because he suddenly decides they need a complete change of scene.
Where to next?
Off the land entirely. He wants everyone onto the dragon boat, the Longzhu, for a tour of the North Sea.
Okay, so a boat trip. Sounds pleasant enough. Maybe less chance of ominous plants.
You'd think, but almost immediately they encounter something else. Near the shores of the legendary Three Divine Mountains, Sanshin Shan, the water churns, and up comes this enormous fish, a carp, gold-scaled, maybe 4 or 5 meters long, right by the boat.
Whoa, that's not normal.
Definitely not. And Yang Di recognizes it.
He recognizes the fish. How?
Apparently, years before, he'd released this exact fish into the Tai pond, and he'd marked its forehead.
Marked it how? Like a brand. With characters Ji Sheng. But now, part of the second character, Sheng, has washed off.
Okay, what does that mean?
What's left is just the radical Jingyo, which means horn or corner.
Horn. Wait, carp growing a horn, isn't that the legend? The carp leaping the dragon gate?
Exactly. It's the sign that a carp is transforming into a dragon. Destiny, basically, right there in the water.
So another powerful, potentially threatening sign.
You got it. And everyone realizes this is no ordinary fish, Fei Fen Wu.
And let me guess, Yuan Xian has some advice again.
She does. Second time that day. And this time, it's urgent. She says, basically, you have to kill it. Now.
Kill the fish.
Yes. Before it becomes a dragon, Wei Chang Longxi. Get rid of it now to prevent future calamity of wind and thunder, future trouble.
So violence is the answer this time, unlike the tree.
Seems so. Yang Di agrees. He grabs his golden bow, takes aim, and shoots an arrow.
And a thing.
Does he get it?
Misses. Or rather, the attempt fails spectacularly. The moment the arrow flies, a huge storm whips up out of nowhere.
Seriously, just like that. Instantly, massive waves crash over the boat, soaking everyone, including the emperor. Total panic. The source says their souls scattered.
Good grief. So the fish, or maybe nature itself, fought back.
It really seems like it. A direct physical rebuke, but Yuan Xian, she's prepared.
What now? Does she have, like, storm-calming incense?
Even better. She pulls out something called the Heaven Mixing Ball. The Tai Ye Hun Tian Qi.
The Heaven Mixing Ball. What on earth is that? Sounds magical.
It basically is, according to the story, a 5-colored sphere, supposedly a gift from an old nun, maybe even forged by Laozi himself.
Laozi, the philosopher.
Yeah.
Wow, okay, so a serious artifact.
Absolutely. In that context, where omens and magic feel real, having an object with that kind of legendary origin, that's a powerful tool.
So what does she do with it?
She throws it towards the water, towards the giant cart.
Yeah.
Instantly, the fish turns, dives deep, and disappears. The storm calms down just as fast. Waters become smooth again.
She saved the day with a magic ball.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Saved by magic. Twice in one afternoon, really. First the tree appeasement, now this.
Okay, so prophecy handled, magical beast repelled.
Mm-hmm.
They must be feeling relieved, maybe a bit shaken up.
Definitely shaken. They head back to shore, the South Shore this time, but the moment they land, reality hits. Hard.
How so?
An official, Duanda, is waiting. He's got urgent military reports. Bianfang Yungxi Wishu.
Urgent reports. Yang Di probably wasn't expecting that.
No, he's annoyed. He thinks everything's peaceful. But the news is bad. Famine and bandits are running rampant in the Guanyu region. Big trouble.
Okay, so a real-world crisis now, not omens or magic fish.
Exactly. And this is the hinge point. The Ministry of War has a recommendation.
Which is?
Appoint General Li Yuan.
Li Yuan. The same Li family from the tree prophecy.
The very same. Appoint him as commander and governor over 13 counties in that troubled region. Give him massive power, basically, to fix the problem.
Wow, okay. Given his paranoia earlier,
Yeah.
how does Yang Di react?
Well, initially, he just sees the military logic. Li Yuan is capable, the situation is urgent, he reads it, recognizes the talent needed,
Yeah.
and he signs the decree. Right there, tells Duanda to send it out immediately.
She signs it. After the whole flower demon panic.
Signs it. But the second Duanda walks away with the decree, it hits him.
The dread.
The full weight of it. He remembers the tree, the name Li, the prophecy, his fear. He realizes he's just handed immense military power in a volatile area to the exact man he fears most.
Oh my God. What a mistake from his perspective. Can he stop it?
He wants to. He wants to recall the decree, but it's too late. It's already been dispatched, gone.
So he's stuck with this potentially disastrous decision he just made.
He is. And he's probably reeling, right? Just processing this huge political blunder fueled by his earlier anxieties.
Yeah.
And that precise moment is when the ultimate distraction is presented.
Another omen.
Yeah.
Another monster.
Nope. Much simpler, much more human. Duanda comes back in with one last document.
What is it this time? More bad news.
Not at all. It's a recommendation from the Cheng'an County Magistrate for a new beauty, a Mia Ren.
A beauty recommendation.
Yeah.
Now, seriously.
Perfect timing, right. Or maybe perfectly calculated timing by Duando. Who knows?
So this shifts the Emperor's focus completely.
Instantly. The existential dread about Li Yuan, gone. Poof. All he wants to know is, where is she?
And he meets her.
Yep. Yumbauer, she's 15.
15.
And the description is Well, exactly designed to captivate someone like Yang Di. Soft, graceful, but especially this appealing, childlike innocence, a hun tai.
Childlike innocence. And he's smitten. Immediately, the massive political and potentially dynasty-ending implications of the Li Yuan appointment are just washed away, forgotten.
Replaced by fascination with a teenager.
Pretty much. This immediate personal gratification just overrides the complex, terrifying political reality he was facing seconds before.
So Yuan Bauer gets favored.
Oh, yes. She's granted the title, Myron, because his new favorite, his constant companion.
And the story ends there, with him distracted. It closes with this really stark image. You have the emperor completely wrapped up in his new favorite. While out in the quiet courtyard, the source tells us, the other consorts, including Yuan Bauer, are just idly passing time, debating mundane things.
Like what?
Like, should we go on the swings?
Oh.
Or maybe do some fishing? Or practice singing? Just quiet, everyday stuff.
Well, the decision that could seal the empire's fate, the Li Yuan decision, is already in motion, unattended.